a little down and dirty use of TinkerCad. TinkerCAD is an Autodesk website, and it allows you to build 3D objects. So I got a whole bunch of stuff here already, but I'm going to take objects that are already built and add to them. So, all right, so here's TinkerCAD just as it is whenever you open it up. And notice that up here, first thing is this weird name. So it's going to be a bass drum. Okay. Let's hide that for a minute. So a wife requests to get just the bass drum out of this mix. All right, just the bass drum. And she wants us to put our family crest or family logo. If we had a business logo or whatever you might call it, that she wants us to put that on the head. She wants me to put that on the head. So just the bass drum. So with the family logo. Oh, and a kick pedal back here. All right. So luckily, there's already just a bass drum. They give it to us. So you come over to Tink, import. And that was in the drum kit. There we go. Now, sometimes if the file is too complex, TinkerCAD will reject it. It will be like, hey, no, you can't be doing that now, right? So that's something to be aware of. But there's that bass drum, and it looks like it wants to print vertically stuck to the plate, which, to be fair, I guess that's how you really want it to be. So where's the bottom? There's 2 holes, and then there's 1 hole. I'm going to say that that's the top. And this is the bottom. So if I wanted to, and I wanted to print this way because I think it'll print nice and, oh no, because you got to have the, I can't do that. But that's why this is this way, so it'll print nice and clean. I see why they did it. But I want to put a kick on it. And the kick would, oh, no, wait a minute. The kick would be back here, right? The kick would be back here. That's the top. Kick would be right there. Okay. So it might actually be easier sometimes, because we don't think of it sitting this way, to orient this thing. I'm going to orient it the way it would be, you would look at it that way. And this will be the back. So you see that impression there. Something I could do. There we go. Now you take this and you shrink it just a smidge this way, and then line these two up. All right, so now if they're lined up good enough, uh, uh, sometimes it helps with Tink to put this down to 1 millimeter or point millimeter. That's the fidelity at which it'll move. There we go. So now we're going to move these two pieces into alignment. All right. That's perfect right there. And then this one needs to be shortened this way. All right. So see that? So now it looks like a bass drum on either side. Okay, now you take both objects, merge them. So I'm going to hop in and clean this up just a little bit because I spend the next 15 minutes or so looking for shapes. And that is what TinkerCad is great for, is uh, offering you shapes to work with. I imported the drum shape from Thingiverse. The Chris 3D made this drum shape. I took it from Thingiverse. Now I'm using shapes that are in TinkerCAD to modify Chris's drum shape into something a little more complex. So I'm looking for parts that look like a foot pedal, a rounded rectangle or an oval for the piece that sits on the floor, and then a piece that's kind of shaped like a flat foot, because that's what my foot pedals look like on my drum set over here, is a flat foot. So that's what you're watching me do here. It takes me about 15 minutes to go and sort through all these files here and make a decision on how to make this work. So that's what you're watching me as I sort through uh, all the various shapes that Thingiverse has to offer. Let's see what I'm looking for. Oh, right there, a flip flop. Okay, so it's shaped like a foot. Duh. Look at that. Did you see how it's got this extra material? This is fairly simple. Fairly simple. So I'm going to make it all bigger, thicker, so it's a little bit more substantial. And then I'm going to take a, wow, basic shape, a void square. And it doesn't have to be that tall, but it needs to be big enough to go. All right. Now I'm going to push it right over the flip flop and make the sandal part go away. All right. So it just has the foot that's left. And that will be our pedal. And you just come down and move it down. Make sure it's all covered so there's no little remnants, no oddball shapes that are left. I'm gonna make sure it covers the whole thing because I might have gotten down into it. All right, now you come in, grab both of those things, and tell them to merge. All right, so this can go away. Did I get rid? Did I leave some? I might have left some. I did leave some. All right, Control Z. There we go. So all I got to do is grab this block here and bring it down just a little more. There we go. So now it's actually a little bit into the shoe, so that's all right. I'm not gonna worry about that too much. And then come back, grab both of them again, and merge. I didn't come down far enough the first time. There we go. Now it looks like a foot. Delete. Now this thing here, you can also make that grippy look come up. See that grippy look right there? See how I made the that'll be the top of the pedal. And now I have one last. Let's zoom out just a little bit. Come around. All right, so this needs to be 90 degrees this way. Needs to go over the top of this. All right. That's reasonable, I guess. And then going to bring it up. Oh, not that one. That one. A little ways. And then tilt. Whoa, that's a lot of tilt. Maybe, I don't know, 30 degrees. Whoops. Minus 20. That's pretty good. Now, come up. There we go. All right. So now I got this thing that kind of looks like a foot pedal. Although I could do this and just elongate this to become part of the, and see, I'm going to make it thicker so that it matches the drum a little better. So it kind of goes into it a little ways there, so it'll stay to it. That's pretty good. Maybe a little thinner. There we go. So those two things will stick together there. I kind of feel like this might need to come down just a hair. Oops. Just for strength. Maybe it could come in just a bit. Oh. Interesting. I guess that's it. I don't know. That looks very bass drummy, right? Maybe up just a little bit so that up just a little bit. Okay. So there is that. And now there's not really a great triangle in here. I'm seeing just a variety of wedges. I don't know what the difference is here. Wedge roof. Okay. So all right. I'm trying to build a little bit of support underneath that. Sometimes you got to home this thing again because it gets way crazy. The view. Let's see. It would need to be this way, 90 degrees. And this way, 90 degrees. Much more narrow. All right. Still even narrower and much shorter. All right, let's see what we got. That's not bad. I'm going to make it wider. Look at that. That should print real nice. Okay. So just by modifying a few existing shapes and plopping that together there, I was able to put the kick pedal on the drum. I'm going to merge all those shapes so that the kick pedal becomes one. Does it look appropriate to the size? I guess it does. Sure. Okay. And next thing. I think I already have one. Oh, I think I can do this too. All right, there. Well, it's not gonna let you drag and drop. I wondered if it would, so I gotta go find that. I'm gonna import. This may take a moment here. Find it again. I think it was in that folder. Ooh, this one. Oh yeah, that's big. Okay. So this has got to go onto the drum head. Obviously shrunk drastically. Oops, not backwards. And is that the head? What is that? I don't know. It's the spot where the logos always go. 90. Okay. Now, think it still needs to be smaller. Probably about right there. Now we're going to merge these two pieces here. Maybe up a little bit more. And left a little bit more. I don't know, that looks pretty good. Maybe. It could be a little bigger. Whoa. Why is it so much? All right. Oh, it kind of focuses where you put the mouse. So sometimes being aware that your mouse is off in a weird place, it's a good idea to keep that in mind. There we go. It's much better. Yeah, it's much better. I think I can even go bigger. Let's see. Ooh. Right there. Oh yeah. That's pretty good. Now, it's incredibly 3D textured, so I gotta cut that down. Unfortunately, that base is much wider. It was meant to be something. That's all right. We're gonna go with it. Going with it. We're gonna go with it. Okay. So that makes me pretty happy. The logo is now on there. It's not as flat as it could be, but that is the logo, the 3D version of it anyway. There it is. I feel like there should be some little legs or something. I don't know. What do the legs look like? The legs are like this, maybe? sometimes it's hard to get the camera view like you want it. So I'm trying to make these long and skinny right now. Long and skinny. So it's only 1 millimeter at this point. Probably too long. I don't know. We'll see. And then I'll go ahead and there you go, 1.8 millimeters. Put it right next to the drum. What's it look like? See, it's not too big. That's not too big. Okay. And then I feel like there needs to be this thing on the bottom. And it has to be 90 degrees. And much smaller, of course. But tall. Alright, so that's going to be like in the middle of that. And smaller still. That totally looks out of whack. There we go. It needs to be just a little bit smaller. Oh, just this piece. That's pretty good. Now, I take this piece and bring it up a little ways. That's pretty good. So I'm going to group those two. What did I just group? Okay. I grouped the wrong thing. There you go. Group those two. That's better. Oh, man. So I'm going to run this up in there. And we're going to put the other one, another one back here. And I'm going to do it again. Copy paste again. And I'm going to line these up this way first. Looks pretty lined up. Then I'm gonna run them right through. How's that look? Get a little further out on this side, just a little further. Just a couple more yet. Oh. I think that'll do it. Now they're all even. Good stuff. Okay, there's a base. It's got the logo and a pedal added to it. And that was all done in TinkerCad. Grab them all, make them one unit. Okay, so now when I go back and if I grab this thing, if I want to scale it now for some reason or another, yeah, the whole thing scales now. It's all one thing. Okay, so that is that. Now I'm going to export it. And I'm going to put it here in the drum kit as a Chin Labs bass drum. And that is that. Now let's come into there it is. So now there's STL here in this folder. And I'm going to open it in Mesh Mixer. You see it here. There is my bass drum with my pedal. Yeah. Okay.